Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the vlog. If I sound like I am completely out of breath, it's because I literally am. This 18-pound baby has taken it out of me. He's smiling at me. He has worn me out. We just did a photo shoot because we matched today. We're wearing matching outfits and I'm literally obsessed with it. I was so excited to do this. I said that's all I wanted for my birthday. If you don't know, probably don't know. I don't know why you would, unless you personally know me. My birthday is in 3 days. Today is November 13th, so my birthday is the 16th, obviously. And so today we're going on a little date. Kind of my birthday. My birthday is on a Tuesday, so I mean I get off work at 3:30. I work in office on Tuesdays, so I work in office Monday and Tuesday, unless I get like called in a different day too. And then Wednesday nights we go in, and Sundays, and like there's other times, but in office from 9 to 3:30 on Monday and Tuesday. So on my birthday I'll be working the majority of the day in office, but we do obviously get off at 3:30, so that's pretty early for somebody to get off work, you know. So we may do something, but we may just kind of stay home and have dinner at home, something like that. So we probably won't really go out a whole lot for my birthday, I don't know. But anyway, we are gonna go out a little bit today. I like all the typical things I feel like most women enjoy, but I just like really wanted to go to Target and I want to see if they have Christmas pajamas. I know online every place is really picked over, but I was reading and people were saying in store they like didn't get them out until recently. Like they've just now started putting the Christmas pajamas out. So people were saying you can get them in store at most locations right now. And our location is, like our closest Target is in Texarkana, Texas, because there's obviously Arkansas too. So we go to Texarkana for that. And that's not like, Texarkana isn't tiny. I mean, it's bigger than the town we live in, but it's not like huge. So I figured if they just got them out, maybe they might have some because, you know, Texarkana doesn't have that many people. What? They have... For the size town that it is, they have a lot of people. I will say that. It's very crowded. If you've ever been to Texarkana, which I know a lot of you probably have not, but I do know some people that are in the area have watched my vlog because I got messages about that. If you've ever been to Texarkana, it is very, like, crowded. Like, it feels like you're in a big city just because it's so crowded, but yet it's small. And that's why it's so crowded. It's a little bit, I think, like overpopulated for the size because it is always just jam-packed. Like trying to blend, they have 2 Starbucks. One of them is in Arkansas or is it still Texas? Arkansas? Yeah. So there's one on the Arkansas side that's actually near where Dirt Cheap was. Back when we had a Dirt Cheap, we've been around for those vlogs. I love Dirt Cheap. But there's one over there that's easier to get to. That's on like where the state line is. So it's, you can see like Arkansas is there, Texas is here basically. And then there is one on like the Texas side that is just like so hard to get to because there's so many people. It's right next to a Chick-fil-A, which is like not good. Starbucks and Chick-fil-A next to each other, like 2 of the most sought after places that people go. So it is very complicated to get into that one, but you have to turn into traffic and there's always so much traffic. But anyway, you want your passy? Are you trying to find it? I got your blankie on you and you're like, lost your passy. He likes this passy now, you guys. He's like big fan of the Dr. Brown's passies. Yeah, loves them. He's never liked a passy ever before. And he's still not like obsessed with it, which I'm fine with. I was obsessed with a pacifier when I was a baby. And I know it's obviously better if they're not like addicted, obsessed with the passy because then they have such a hard time getting rid of it. And it's not good to do it long term. But he likes it. I mean, if he's bored, he likes it, or sleeping, he likes it. Like right now, we're just in the car. If we were at home and he had his toys or whatever, he would never ask for that, but we're in the car and I'm not playing like any videos for him or anything like that, so he just likes to kind of play with it. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna have a little fun date day. It's not gonna be for long. We're only gonna be out, I'd say a couple hours, but yeah, excited to kind of get out of the house for a little bit. So Starbucks was absolutely jam-packed. I went inside to get it because the drive-thru was packed. Told you, this town. And it was literally so packed in there that people were like leaving their drinks, like because they weren't getting all of them in time, and I don't know, it was crazy. I waited it out. It smells delicious. Wow. Oh, it's Irish cream cold brew, one of my favorite Starbucks drinks. It's a holiday drink, so it's only this time of year. Wow. Oh. Okay, now that hits different. I did light ice. I did light ice because with cold brew at Starbucks, I like a little ice, even though they're cold brew, so you don't actually have to have ice for it to be cold. But I like a little ice because their cold brew is a little strong. And so ice sometimes kind of like chills it out just a little bit. I like the flavor of coffee and everything, but sometimes their cold brew is like strong. I love a good Irish cream cold brew. One of their absolute best, I would say. And the guy in there too, the worker, kind of felt bad for him. I tried to give people a little bit of grace because I know he was like super busy. Huh?
My forward enough?
I think so. Your seat? Oh yeah. But he was like, he was ticked. He did not want me working today. I don't really use straws with this, but I feel like it needs a little stirring at the bottom. See that, Manny?
What?
You'll like it better now. It needed stirred at the bottom. So yeah. Gonna go inside here to Target. Probably the only place we'll go while we're out other than Starbucks. I'll take the straw out when I get in there because I don't really like using the straw when they're this kind of cup. Okay, so we're in Target. Got my drink here. I like that they have the little cup holder, but then there's no place really for the baby. Although I know you're not supposed to put babies at the top part of carts anymore. We do that at Walmart, but only because we never like we're always holding on to him and stuff. We never just like walk away or anything, obviously. But anyway, he's drinking a bottle right now. I have a pumped bottle for him. We always bring like pumped milk when we come somewhere like this. So anyway, we have that, and we're just like literally standing here waiting for him to finish it. He can just about hold his bottle, but I have it propped up a little bit right now. But anyway, we're looking at Christmas pajamas. So we're trying to get family pajamas, and if you've ever done that, you know that's not an easy task. And people sell them out usually by like October. People think about that way earlier than I do, and I'm a huge Christmas person, but I just never think about it until, you know, later on. Also, I've never really bought them for myself. My mom always gets us Christmas pajamas, but we're not going home for Christmas, so we're just gonna get our own little pajamas. And so anyway, my idea here is to kind of, they're not going to be exactly matching, which I kind of wanted them to be, but I think this will be cute. So we found these for Zion. This is actually, they have his size actually, but this is 12 months, and I think it's going to fit him better. He's really in like 6 to 9 month. The size closest to his is the 6-month size, but it looked really small. I think it would probably fit him, but it would be tight. So with pajamas, I'd rather they not be tight on him. So anyway, found these little pajamas, and I like these because they have like the little ears on the hood. I want everybody to have one of these if we can. They had the little ears on the hood, and they're like a little reindeer. So I think that's super cute. So I think I'm gonna get him those. They're $11.99. What are they? Cat and Jack? Carter's. And I'm gonna get myself like a little like Santa, like Mrs. Claus type of onesie if I can find that. And then even if I just have to get red pajamas and wear a Santa hat for a picture or whatever, because I want to get like a Christmas Eve picture, of course. And then Manny has this elf one that we just found that's going to be really funny. So anyway, stay tuned for Vlogmas, because we are doing Vlogmas this year. We do it every year. And I'm especially excited for this one because obviously we have a baby, so our life is way more exciting and way more entertaining now than previous Vlogmas years. Usually it's just like we work and then we have Christmas, but we have like more fun now, so I'm really looking forward to that. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna try to see what we can find. Y'all, we've had a time. So I was carrying Zion outside of the Target, like I was carrying him out, and we get to the car. We went through self-checkout, so obviously like I have my hands full, Manny's got his hands full trying to get everything paid for, and I'm trying to open the bag for him, but like I have Zion in one arm and he's heavy, and he's like, he likes to kick and move and jump and play, so he was kind of like distracting me. I was talking to him and stuff, and then we get to the car and I'm like, did you already put the Target bag in the trunk? He's like, no, I mean, I don't think so. And like, you know, when you're parents and stuff and you're like distracted, it's like you don't even know what you did. Like I could have done that and I just don't know. And so I was like, I don't think we have it. I think we left. I don't remember anybody picking it up. And so it's the only thing we've got. Like we literally paid and left our bag in there, which is very typical for me, honestly. But I went back in. I was like, maybe it'll just still be there. And I had my receipt. And maybe it'll still be there and I won't have to like tell anybody that I left my only bag, you know. But it wasn't, because of course Target is packed all the time. There's already somebody using that register. So they told me to go to guest services and ask if they had it, because they said it happens a lot and it always gets turned in right away over there. And it was, thankfully, because I was thinking the whole time, I don't even know if they had the same size and these pajamas for him. So I was gonna be upset. Like, obviously they would have given me my money or whatever if it just couldn't be found, I would think, because I left it in there. Maybe they wouldn't, I don't know. I know places are usually good about that, but I'm just like, would have been really upset, particularly about the pajamas. That's mostly all we got. I got the pajamas and a little coffee thing and a little snack, but anyway, all is good. We found the bag. And it was funny because I told the woman, she's like, what did you have? And I showed her my receipt and I was like, yeah, that's literally the only thing that I bought. I left all of it, so it happens. Funny memories, but yeah, anyway, I think we're just gonna probably head home. We're running to Chick-fil-A actually, because Manny's speaking my love language today. Starbucks, Chick-fil-A, Target. If there was a Dirt Cheap involved, if they didn't close Dirt Cheap in Texarkana, we'd be there. Wouldn't we, buddy? This baby is the best. Oh goodness.
Go forward.
This baby is the best ever. He is literally precious and happy at all times. He's so sweet. And smiley and perfect. Yeah, you're perfect. You are perfect. And we matched in there and it was so cute.
1, 2, 3.
Thank you. You too.
Baby chickens. Each
The Chick-fil-A employees are like second to none.
very adventurous.
Are they not like the nicest ever?
Mm-hmm.
Starbucks could have learned a thing or two today from the Chick-fil-A
Watch out
employees.
where I'm going.
The third chicken
Did it fall over? Did the show fall over?
is old.
Here. You need like a little something to prop it up with back here.
He eats all
Can you
day.
hold it for you?
He's eager
There you
to
go.
have a little belly. Cheep, 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 cheep.
Chicken. Oh, that's a cute chicken.
She loves to swim in the water so much.
Yeah.
And sometimes she pretends she's
Oh
a
goodness, that's a cute chicken, huh?
cheep, 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 cheep. It's time for a
Yeah.
baby to
Anyway.
go back home.
That's what we're doing. Okay, I'm gonna wash my pump. This is the pump that I use. If anybody's interested in that. I normally, like, I don't really like to, I would like to wash it after every use. I'm really trying to get better about this because it's so frustrating to have to wash it and then use it right away because you have to like dry it. It's like a whole thing. So I'm really trying to get better, but today we were just trying to get out of the house because with a baby, you're trying to do everything on like a schedule, you know, like he has nap time and stuff, and he naps in the car, which he did. I mean, he did fine, but you know, with like bringing pump bottles, it's like, well, we have to plan out how long we're going to be gone, you know, and then I have to pump again. And I do nurse him as well, but like if you're somewhere like Target or whatever, I know people do it, and like, you're amazing, that's great. It just would be really hard for me to do that. Plus he's so big that, I mean, I would have to like find somewhere, which I know some stores have those nursing rooms now, which is incredible. I've been seeing that lately. But I would just have to like, I have to sit. There's no way I could do like what some people do where I just walk around with the baby and nurse. So there's no way. Like in that position, I would be completely worn out. So I might just bring pump bottles. And so anyway, plus I really feel like pumping has upped my supply a lot. I don't know how good it would have been for me personally if I had never pumped and just nursed, because I had to do a little bit of work pumping to get my supply where I need it to be for his big appetite. And I'm still working on it. We're 4 months in. I mean, it's still a constant effort, you know? So I never want to give off the impression that like this is just the easiest thing ever, because it's taken a lot of effort. So anyway, I'm about to pump. I use a manual pump. I don't use an electric pump ever. Now that's different for some people, but this just works better for me. So, although I'd like to try a different electric pump, but we'll see. My double chin is like coming in hot. Gosh, almost fell. Whew. Wow, that sun is bright, bright, bright. Zion is napping, so Manny's watching the monitor. I'm coming outside for a minute. Just felt like I needed a little sunshine, you know? definitely sunshine too. Goodness, and put the sweater on. It's chilly. It's not cold. Honestly, I probably don't need the sweater. But I just wanted to be cozy, I think is what it is. But anyway, I wanted to come outside and talk. The cat is running up, and literally I about had a heart attack. I just heard footsteps in the leaves, and I was like, not today, Satan. But anyway, so I wanted to come outside and talk for a minute. Also, I like this, you know, the lighting right there. But I wanted to come outside and talk. This is the warmest, coziest sweater. My mom got this for me. I love this. Oh my gosh. I live for this time of year that I can actually wear this without roasting in Texas. Even the thought of wearing this most of the year in Texas is like excruciating. It's so hot, but right now it's nice. It's like perfect. But anyway, it's like literally like 60s, like perfect weather right now. It's beautiful. But anyway, I want to come outside and talk for a minute while he's asleep. I mean, I can obviously talk when he's awake, but I just want to talk because I was texting my family. I sent them little pictures that Zion and I took today. I put them on Instagram. You have to go look. Literally, I'm obsessed. We were matching. But anyway, I was texting them about those pictures. I just sent them to the group, the family group. I always do that. We just text on their pictures and whatever. And it's hard because obviously our families are not here. We live far from both sides of our family. So, you know, we just try to keep them updated with pictures and whatever. We actually got an app that we're using with Manny's family called like Family Photos or something. Those walnuts or whatever they are just fall off the trees and scare me so bad every time. But anyway, so I was sending the pictures of my sister. I told him like, what did I ever do before him? And my sister said, you dreamed of having him. That's what you did. Like you dreamed of this day. And we did. I mean, like literally I look at pictures of him, or like we did that fall photo shoot, and I love those pictures. I treasure pictures so much because I envisioned this life. And like I'm about to be 26 next week, and I'm trying to get emotional because I'm just very emotional about this, but I am not about being 26, but about having this beautiful life. And I just literally am in awe of God, like that he's that good, that he actually is who he says he is, and that he actually is able to do what he says he can do. And I think I've been brought to that realization more in the last year, like through IVF and through, if you don't know, we did IVF to conceive Zion, and we have another frozen embryo that we're planning to transfer when Zion is about 1. Whenever I stop breastfeeding and whenever they will allow me to. I had a C-section, so it may be different because of that, but I think probably around the time that he's 1, we'll start the process. Now, a lot of people don't realize that doesn't mean you're just like pregnant right then. It can be months. There's surgeries sometimes ahead of time. Because I had a C-section, I probably will have to have a surgery to get rid of scar tissue. I didn't have a surgery last time, but some people have to get surgery for like polyps and things like that. I didn't have any. But this time I probably will have to have surgery. I'm not speaking negatively, I'm like just literally, and it's not like a horrible surgery, major surgery or anything like that, but they'll put you to sleep and kind of like get rid of it. So anyway, and that just helps your success rate be a lot higher. Because you may not know, the success rate with C-sections can be lower, and I think that that's probably because of the scar tissue. So I want to make sure that's taken care of. Like after C-sections, the following transfer can be lower success rate, and I'm not believing for that. I'm believing that everything is going to be great, but I really didn't want a C-section. That's partially why. But anyway, so all of that being said, I, you know, dreamed literally of this. Like we prayed for this, we dreamed of this, we were told. If you don't know our story, we documented our whole IVF journey here on YouTube. It's an IVF whole docu-series, appointments and everything. I'm so proud of that series. I'm so thankful we have it. It's just so many memories for us, and wow, just a testimony. Like I love watching it. Zion was watching it with us the other day because he likes to watch things. And it was just like, what a moment, you know, that we actually have what we prayed for and what we believed for. And there was a time when they literally told us, we had a doctor that, it's not our IVF doctor, he was great, but he is great. But a doctor that was actually a urologist. We have male factor infertility, so we had a doctor, and I talked about this in the docu-series as well, that basically told us, you know, that this just, it might be impossible, basically, like, with IVF or anything, like IVF might not even be an option. It might just be infertility, like permanent infertility that can never be treated, that can never be helped, that will never get better. He basically came in and told us, you're probably never going to get pregnant. Bye. Like, that was basically it. And we were just devastated. And we both knew God spoke something different, right? And have you ever been in that situation where it's like, this is what in the natural they're telling me, but I know what God said. And so we first found out we might need IVF through an OBGYN, because they said everything was fine on my side and Manny's results came back low, so they were like, you might need IVF to conceive, but you know, you can do it. And I was devastated because I didn't think we had the money. I didn't know what we were going to do financially. I didn't want to go through it. It's physically very hard. And I was mad, to be honest. I was angry. I was like, why in the world all of these people get pregnant naturally? Why can't I? And you know, you have a pity party and it's a whole thing. And if you've been through infertility, you understand. And if you haven't, I was talking to a friend the other day that's dealing with it. You truly don't know what it's like unless you've been through it. And I don't say that to be like, you have no idea. Like, no, for real. Like, I did not know what it was like. I was always interested in IVF. I really believe God highlighted it to me and allowed me to learn a lot about it before I ever went through it, because I was interested in it. I wanted to know more. And I watched YouTube couples that were going through IVF. I subscribed to them years before. I mean, I've been interested, and I love how those types of things work. I'm just interested in learning more. And I'm thankful that I did, because I already knew a lot about it. But because I knew so much, when they told us I have to do IVF, I was literally devastated. And she left the room, and I sat there and told Manny, like, I literally, what are we going to do? Like, how are we going to afford this? How are we going to do this? What are we going to do? And he was devastated. It was a really hard time. And, you know, then after that, the urologist, we finally, you know, worked up the courage to go see him and figure out what we need to do. And he was just basically like, yeah, it may never get better. He put Manny on a medication. I won't cover all of it. You can go to the docuseries, but basically he put Manny on a medication that completely depleted everything, and we were down to nothing. And it was really devastating news. It basically meant, like, it might be over because you took this medication. It may be done. And he wouldn't admit, of course, that it was the medication, but through research and talking to our amazing RE, reproductive endocrinologist in Dallas, he basically said, like, yes, that was the issue, the medication, because it wasn't monitored properly and stuff. But anyway, go to a good doctor. Go to a specialist immediately. Don't mess around with other doctors. I'm not saying anything negative about doctors. Go to a specialist. It's so important in infertility. But anyway, so I, you know, went through all of that, and we were told, you know, this is what God said. God told me after that first talk with the doctor that you might have to do IVF. God told me the enemy can't win. Satan can't win. Those are the exact words I heard. Satan can't win. And I knew that I could let him win. You know, I knew that I could just lay down and give up, and just like he would be able to win then because I let him. But I knew that if I stood up and believed what God said, there is no way the enemy could have any hold on me. And so that first time, I was just kind of like, you know, taken off guard, shocked, disappointed, depressed, all of it. I was hurting so badly. I didn't want to talk about it. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I pulled away from everybody other than Manny. He was the only one that I would even like talk to, because we were going through it together, and so it felt like he understood, and he did, obviously. But other people, I just, like, nobody else did. You know, you get in that headspace. And I was in ministry, and I was devastated that, like, look, I'm working for the Lord, you know, and I'm like feeling bad for myself. God doesn't owe me anything, and I knew that, but I was just like, man, this is devastating. So all of that, and then to go through IVF, to have the funds that we needed already sitting in a bank account. It was a savings account that was saved for other things, but we hadn't used it. It was actually like a college fund for me, and I didn't go to college. And so God had been working all of this out all these years. He knew. When I decided not to go to college, God knew. I felt like I wasn't called to go. I felt like I was called to do something else. God knew I was going to need that money. And it's just amazing to me. And now we have this little miracle boy that actually, like the other night, I was telling my sister, I was looking down at him. I was rocking him to sleep. He didn't want to go to sleep a couple nights ago at all. Kind of 4-month sleep regression here and there a little bit, I think, you know. And he didn't want to go to sleep, and so I was rocking him, and infertility just gives you a different perspective. So I was just thinking, man, I'm so blessed. And I was rocking him, and not that you don't think you're blessed if you've not been infertile, but, you know, I think it does give you a different perspective. And so anyway, I looked down because I was trying to see if he was asleep yet, And he looked up at me and smiled from ear to ear, and he made this noise that he makes with his mouth. It kind of reminds me of like a cat hissing. I always say he's like hissing. But he made that noise and was just smiling, and I literally thought I was truly not alive before this. Like, I didn't live before. There was no life before. He has literally made us come to life. I mean, it's like the most incredible miracle I've ever witnessed in my whole life. So these pictures and everything that we document with him, videos, they mean everything to me because they're a dream come true, literally an answer to prayer. And so anyway, I'm thinking about all of that and thinking about our next transfer. We have one embryo left, which we're very blessed to have had any. A lot of people go through a full cycle and pay literally $20,000 like we did, paid a little more than that. We have a whole breakdown on that too. We've been very open because I think it's important, but we paid over 20 grand, which is honestly low, on the lower end for IVF, which is wild. And we have 2 embryos, and our next embryo transfer will pay over $5,000 for just the transfer cycle. Everything has its own costs, and people don't really realize that. It's not like a one-time payment sort of deal. But anyway, next time we'll pay about $5 grand for a transfer. And you know, I always thought that once I had Zion, I wouldn't be as stressed about the next transfer, because it would be like, of course I want another baby, but I'm just so glad that I had one, you know? And I am. Like, I'm so unbelievably grateful. But now that I've experienced being a mother, and I want him to have a sibling so badly, it's on my heart, it's in my prayers every day. Like, I want this next one to work so badly. And that's just the world of IVF. That's the world of infertility. Like, yes, we have our miracle, and I'm so grateful. No matter what happens in the future, I know we'll adopt eventually anyway, whether it works or doesn't. And of course, it's really important. But when you have embryos, like, I believe in life, you know, from conception. And so that's a life, and that's my baby. That's our baby. The same as Zion. And so I literally think about that baby every day. I literally tell Zion that he has a sibling. Because I believe that wholeheartedly. I mean, they were conceived the same day. They're actually twins. If we had had them at the same time, they would be twins. You know, it's crazy how that works. But anyway, it's just on my heart so much that, like, you know, it's such a stressful thing. And I just, I hate infertility. But at the same time, I feel so blessed that we're on this side of it, you know? Even though, I mean, we still have to go through another transfer. What that noise was. Good Lord. But even though, you know, we still have to go through another transfer to have another baby and stuff like that, but still, I just feel really, really blessed, you know, that we're on this side. So I don't know, I just want to share my heart. I know a lot of you are interested in infertility talk. A lot of you ask me questions, and I love to answer questions. Please comment questions you might have, because I truly love to answer them and talk about it. I think it's talked about more and more, but I think it's still not talked about enough, especially male infertility. And so that's why I always clarify what type of infertility we have. It's not it's never been like, that part doesn't matter to us. It's infertility is infertility, but I just want people to know that way, you know how you can relate to us. But anyway, so yeah, I'm just, be praying with us about this next transfer. I know it's going to be here like before we know it. Like that, like time just flies by. And so be praying with us and praying for us. I know that you guys are, and I just feel blessed. I mean, no matter, even if we never had another child, which I want Zion to have a sibling really badly, and so I definitely we will adopt, and that's in our heart anyway to do that in the future. But no matter what, we have our miracle boy, and he is everything more than I ever imagined. I mean, he is the most incredible human. He is just a light in our lives. Like, he is literally the light of my life, and I'm so blessed and grateful. And a year ago, I was pregnant, but it was very early, and I was very nervous, and I was very in disbelief. You know, it never happened before, and I was just like, please, God, let this work. Like, every day, that was my prayer. Like, please, God, let this be real. And he has been so faithful. It could have gone so many different ways, y'all, and he has been so good. I mean, they actually statistically say that you really need 3 embryos, 3 frozen embryos, to produce 1 live birth. That's what the stats are. And so we only had 2, and so statistically we were kind of the underdog, but God is faithful, and it worked the first time, and that's just incredible. And so no matter where you are in your journey, know that our hearts are with you. I think about people in the infertility community literally every day, because for over 4 years that's where we were, and it's the hardest thing I ever walked through. So anyway, thank you guys for watching this vlog. I just want to kind of share my heart a little bit. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe for more content like this and other things, all kinds of stuff. But remember, you are incredible. Jesus loves you. I'll see you in the next one.